Okay. Somebody get this to Sleuthy and Jubilee. Who am I kidding? They'll watch this no matter what, somehow. How about, Sleuthy, you just email me and you say, I will stop harassing you. It needs to be pretty professional, where you just say, I agree to stop doing what I'm doing, and you should probably include the word harass because that's what you're fucking doing. And, like, I can't believe we have to do this shit. After everything, dude, it's 2 years later. Get a fucking life. I shouldn't have to be, like, doing all of this shit to get somebody who was in love with me, who is still obsessed with me. You are mad that I'm not your friend, and I never wanted to be your friend. But, honey, you don't want to play Russian roulette with my brain. And what happened, and I've never told the story about, the day that I almost took my own life in relapse on alcohol, because you were the biggest part of that day, and it was so unbelievably creepy. And the messages you sent me the next day, quite literally, are imprinted on my brain forever. And I told people that, and they convinced me that you were a good person, and I was just drunk, and I didn't know what was going on. No, I knew. Even blackout drunk, I knew you were a desperate weirdo. But you don't want to play around with the memories that I have of what really happened. Like, I sat down to film a YouTube video today, and guess what I remembered? Do you remember that you spent a year looking for Jubilee's address, and then you found it, and just a few short weeks later, she was taken against her will? When are you and Jubilee gonna take accountability? Never. Never. She got herself put in the psych ward, right? But she could have never, ever gotten picked up. The cops would have never gone to the house if I didn't have the address. And remember how much you didn't want people to know that you found it and how you found it? Because Canadian people are protected. And you spent a year looking for her address and trying to help Katie Felton and her weirdo mother get all this information, like, and you have the fucking audacity to sit there on a live stream with her and interact with her now. I remember how much you didn't want people to know that. My side of the story, after all this dust has settled, you know, the one thing that shines so clear, where things have gotten so fucking out of control, you're the variable, Lonnie. You got Samara all upset, you got Roxy all upset, and there's plenty of other fucked up people, and we all made major mistakes. We are all just human, but you are out of control. And the fact that you would try to hurt someone like Jubilee for so long, knowing that she's been diagnosed with a delusional disorder, and now you're her friend. Honey, you don't want to play these games with me. So how about you just email me? You know how to do that. And say that you agree, date it, sign it. Say that you agree to leave me the fuck alone. You agree to take down those accounts. You have 200 followers. Nobody's ever gonna care except for weirdos that you don't need to be interacting with anyways. I don't care if you go talk to people about me, do whatever, talk to me, whatever. You can talk about me, but you are not gonna harass my followers. You are not gonna screen record every fucking thing I do. And this shit will get wild if you think, like, let's keep it calm, Lonnie. I shouldn't even have to make this video. This shit is so immature. I am so over fighting with grown fucking adults online because you guys can't let shit go. This is so fucking embarrassing. This is low life. I mean, this is so embarrassing. I can't believe I even have to address this stuff. But since none of you can act like adults and handle this privately, you need to take accountability for the people that you hurt, Lonnie. And now you're so unbelievably twisted that you would go on a live stream, but that's okay. You're the same caliber of mother as Jubilee. You're the same caliber of person. Do you know what she did? She literally combed through Jubilee's Facebook. She combed through every part of Jubilee's life. She has archives of Jubilee. This is why I stopped talking to Lonnie and Sleuthy. I'm sorry, to Sleuthy and Hags. That's their code names. Their real names are Caitlin and Lonnie. So when you hear me say those names, I'll tell the story. It's really interesting now to think about it. Also, if you befriend somebody who's in a crisis, I didn't meet any of you people until I was in a crisis that a lot of you were part of starting. I didn't meet Hags, I didn't meet Sleuthy, I didn't know you idiots until you guys were so deep in a crisis, and a crisis that you helped start, you helped facilitate. And normal people don't get involved in this kind of shit. But if you, like the fact that Hags would talk bad about me now or whatever, like, not only did you act like a fucking disciple of mine for 18 months during that time, and it wasn't until I called you guys creeps that you all of a sudden think I'm a bad person, like, miss me with that shit. You all loved me. You all loved me to the point that, like, that's why you still can't let this fucking go. But you all found me during a crisis and befriended someone during a crisis, and not only is that not normal behavior, I would never go and get this involved in somebody's life from the internet. That's so fucking weird. I've never been involved in shit like this. I was the target of it. None of you were. I had a reason to be here, okay? None of you did. You're just bored fucking housewives. Lonnie hasn't had a job in 10 years. 10 fucking years. Yeah, Lonnie, I think you're a little fucking deluded. And you know what she does? Sits at home and smokes those fucking cigarettes in her basement with her kids. Hot boxes her kids with cigarettes. Yeah. I have so much to say about that. And I knew from the moment I saw her, like, oh my god, this person. And it's a long story how I got involved. I thought that they had all this information about Samara, which they did. But normal people don't do this kind of stuff, number one. Number two, I was in an absolute crisis. I mean crisis. When you guys met me, I had lost one of the closest people in my life. I had really messed up with one of my best friends because of the internet. Like, are you kidding me? And then he died during all of this. Like, I was in an actual crisis. And now you guys are talking about that time like, oh, I know Allie Priestley. You knew me in a crisis, and if you befriend someone during a crisis, and then after that crisis, you can't act fucking normal or appropriate, you keep using that person, you keep trying to, like, hurt them, to the point that I had to cut you all off. I literally had to cut you all off. Weirdos. If you befriend someone during a crisis, which only weird people do, oh my god, unless it's real life and you met someone and you're trying to help them or something, but, like, nobody who's normal does this, Lonnie. Hags, if you meet someone during that time and then you turn around and act like they were a horrible person during that time, and use that against them, and go and hang out with the very people who caused all of that to happen. I snapped, you guys. If you can go sit on Jubilee's live after you talked to me the day that I had that mental health crisis, Lonnie, you are the most selfish, deluded, like, you need to go get a mental health screening yourself. This video is for educational purposes only. I have something important to say up to Jubilee after this. Yeah. Sleuthy. Ew, I hate that I'm even talking about these people. How the fuck am I talking about these people? Ew, 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 ew. But, basically, Sleuthy, you need to email me and agree, in writing, that you're gonna leave me the fuck alone. Or shit's just gonna get so nasty. Like, I'm not gonna, mess around with you literally at all, and I've been preparing for this moment. And now that I know that it's you who's doing this extremely creepy shit, like, you guys can go off and be fucking weirdos together. Like, that's totally fine. You do not need to harass me, or my followers, or my family. You don't need to, and you don't need to stalk me every fucking day, do you? And Jubilee, how about you ask your new best friend? Like, that is the most disgusting thing. Like, Sleuthy, you have no fucking backbone. You have no fucking integrity. No wonder. I mean, you smoke cigarettes around your children, your small children. You hotbox your small children. Why would you have any sort of integrity in other situations? Literally, that's so crazy. And of course you would go hang out with Jubilee, the woman who won't even feed her child a fresh vegetable and literally says publicly that she won't cook or clean. Anyways, since you guys are best friends now and doing the Bad Moms Club thing, oh, and you have Zedgenox, a deadbeat dad. Holy shit, that was so good. Zedgenox is literally a deadbeat fucking dad, dude. You want to be non-binary so bad? You're a deadbeat dad. Worse than a deadbeat dad. You don't even try to get better for your kid. And you guys allow people like that around you. And then call me weird that I don't want any of you people near me. Okay. Normal people don't do this kind of stuff. They don't get this involved in internet things. It's so unbelievably weird. I can't believe I got sucked into this, like, underworld for a little bit. Like, ew. But you will not harass me, but I will get into what you actually did to Jubilee. And she probably won't care because she's so delusional, but, like, I need to process it out loud. Dude, you and Katie Felton were going so hard on Jubilee. It was insane. I was trying to move on with my life. And literally, I get a message, oh, guess what? I found Jubilee's address. And I was like, whoa, no, that's good for, like, legal stuff. And guess where she found your address? Combing through everything you've ever done on the internet. Sleuthy literally has every bit of information that is possible on Jubilee. She was so obsessed with her. This is why I got rid of you and Hags, because you guys were so weirdly obsessed with Jubilee and were too bored to go do anything else. And I was like, you guys are weirdo losers. What the fuck? And you didn't care if it bothered me, if it sent me into a spiral. You guys just wanted this drama circus to continue. But yeah, Jubilee, the cops would have never showed up at your house. Ever. Ever. If your new little best friend Lonnie hadn't spent a year combing through your shit. Guess how she found it? Some Facebook post from 5 or 10 years ago where you're literally talking about getting some Meals on Wheels thing for your daughter. Lonnie is an absolute creep. Should we change the title of your videos about you going to the psych ward? How about Weirdo Lady Online? stalks Jubilee Briscoe to the point that stalks a disabled mother, all the stuff you guys like to say about other people. How about you say it about your own friend? You got yourself sent to the psych ward. Nobody can get you sent to the psych ward, first of all. But the cops showing up that day and you lying to them and you going live after and bragging about it and lying to them about your kid and not having your kid in school and shit, yeah, that's what got you sent to the psych ward. Nobody can get you sent to the psych ward. You got yourself taken in. I still don't understand how that happened. But the cops came to your house to do a welfare check on your child because of Sleuthy. Because of Lonnie. Because she spent a year combing through everything. She has 8 Google Drives, most of them filled with information about you, Jubilee. She's the one who contacted your mom. She's the one who contacted your sister. Does that not creep you the fuck out? Don't answer. I'm never gonna look and see if you answered, but you just need to hear that. You don't give a fuck about the truth, so... And Jubilee literally got diagnosed with a fucking delusional disorder. How dare any of you fucks keep going? You and Krissa and Lonnie are sitting there the other day like just having a discussion. You are like aiding and abetting a very sick woman who, I don't know if you remember, but Jubilee was part of the people who pushed me to almost taking my life. You guys all are in bed together. You're all the same caliber of people. If there is a low vibrational, it's you fucks. And Lonnie is the thread that pulls it all together. She's the most obsessive. She knows she goes too far. She's looking at everything I post and then goes and looks to see if I commented on that and then reposts it on her. Like, you are a fucking weirdo! And now I know it's you. And because I hardly post online anymore, it's really, really, really obvious, Lonnie. It's really, really, really obvious. And if you get so obsessed with someone that you watch everything they do... She said that she's combed through every single piece of footage you've ever put out, Jubilee. I didn't know that unlisted videos were a thing on YouTube. Until Lonnie was like, I found Jubilee's unlisted videos, and this is where she's talking about not taking her daughter to school, and da-da-da-da-da-da. I was so reactive back then, yeah, and I called the cops. I had every fucking right to. Get the fucking phone records. I'm like, this lady is fucking out of control. She's trying to sell my feet pics online, which ended up not, like, oh, like, why are you trying to sell my feet pics, Jubilee? But also, why is Lonnie combing through your Reddit accounts? Oh yeah, she found your Reddit stuff. Like, I would not know any of this weirdo stuff if it wasn't for Lonnie. You make everything insane, Lonnie. I wouldn't know any of this stuff if it wasn't for you. And guess what? When I stopped talking to Hags, and by proxy you, everything went back to normal. My life went completely back to normal. Things calmed down. My nervous system calmed down. It shocks me how reactive I was a year ago, 2 years ago. But guess what? I was in crisis. And guess what? If you're trying to perpetuate a fucking situation that you just watch someone snap mentally, like, you're just in this for the game. You guys are weird. I was in crisis, and you guys befriended me, which is weird enough on its own. You guys don't have enough going on with your lives that you have to try to, like, do weird stuff with somebody from the internet. I was in crisis. And you guys are going to judge me about that now because I've called you out for all of your weird behavior? Oh, you don't want to do-si-do with me. I love saying do-si-do after Carrie Ann said that to me. But you need to email me and tell me you're going to stop harassing me and that you will leave me alone, Lonnie. Yep, this video is for educational purposes only. Yeah. Good morning. It's breakfast. That was my volcano. That was my volcano. Lost track of time. Dun, 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 dun. Why did I wake up in such a good mood? Woo! Something has really cleared up for me now that I know it's Lonnie who was stalking me so hard. And now that I know that this came so fucking full circle that bitch is willing to go be friends with Jubilee. Like, when I tell you that this clears up something that has been this disgusting, like, snake in my body for 2 fucking years, like, yes, you are that person. You are that fucking low. You are that, like, yes, I fucking knew it. And you still make this all about you. How the fuck are you gonna supposedly find someone who's in crisis and want to help them and the entire time make it about your fucking self? In the beginning, it was all, oh, I didn't do anything with Samara. I didn't hurt Allie. Actually, I was helping her. And I love Allie so much, and I've been Allie's biggest fan. You claim that you have been my fan longer than anybody else. And now you're crying on Jubilee's live that I don't want to be your fucking friend? How embarrassing. And I never wanted to be your friend, and that's why you're fucking pissed. And I never gave you my fucking phone number. And now I'm gonna expose the actual fucking shit out of you, Lonnie. The ever-loving shit out of you. It's not even about exposing you. It's about processing what actually fucking happened to me. If you claim to be helping someone in crisis, and then you use that as some sort of feeding for your fucking self, and then you turn on them when they finally confront you and say that they don't want you near them anymore, and you go to their abuser, that's literally, quite literally, I told Krista this too, a long time ago, I said, the fact that you go and do this weird double speak with Jubilee, I was like, this is like somebody going to my abusive boyfriend and then coming to and hanging out with them and then coming to me and being like, well, they didn't abuse me, they didn't rape me, so doesn't matter. That's the kind of woman that you are. You will go to someone's abuser. Jubilee and her little group of friends that apparently you're in now. Like, did you forget what they did? Did you? Oh, that magically swept your mind, because this was never about the person who was actually in crisis, me. This was about you. This was about you. And I fucking knew it. And your weirdo friends, Hags and Zedjanox and all these fucking people, even Angela, convinced me that you were a good person. None of you are good people. And I was so fucking vulnerable. And you guys saw someone with a bunch of followers and wanted in. I was vulnerable. You guys are literal vultures going after prey. And then you're like, why doesn't she want to be my friend? How fucking pathetic. Ugh. This is so fucking full circle. Nobody normal gets involved like this. And this is literally like finding a girl who's telling her story about some horrific thing, like getting raped or having some horrific thing happening to them. And then a little while later, you claim to help them. And then a little while later, you're hanging out with her abuser. You're hanging out with her rapist. You're like, yeah, that person was crazy. When you met them during fucking crisis. And the only reason you stopped liking them is because they finally said, hey, you are out of control. I want nothing to fucking do with you. And while we're at it, let me tell you how creepy you are. That's the only reason you and Hags and Zedjanox and all of you people stopped acting like my disciples. And I never asked you guys to be that. You guys thought this was your community. It never was. They always had this group chat behind the scenes. Like, Hags got a hold of me after I lost my accounts, and she was the only person I was willing to talk to. I had never met her before that, and the only reason I was willing to talk to her is because she said she had so much information and she knew everything that happened with Samantha Shapiro and Samara Granovsky. That's the only fucking reason I ever talked to you guys. Ever. And I always said from the beginning, I will never give people my phone number. Like, no one. And they were always like, please join our group chat. I was like, no. No, and now that entire group chat thinks that I represent them. You guys are sick. You guys are 40-year-old women. This was my platform. And before all you weirdos infiltrated it, claiming you wanted to help me, I didn't have stuff like this going on. Like, holy... And I will never, ever get involved with people from the internet like this again. I didn't know this stuff happened. If I had known, I would have stayed so fucking far away. Imagine if I had just turned off my DMs. I didn't even think about it. I'm such a newbie in this whole thing. I'm so naive. And I got involved in such a dangerous situation, you guys. It's so scary. And I had such scary shit happen to me, and I did such scary shit because I snapped. And none of you would be able to handle that amount of pressure, plus one of the closest people in my life dying during that time. Yeah, some really crazy shit happened. To me and to other people. And you guys still won't take a fucking ounce of accountability. And you still, like, oh my... How full circle, and the one thread through this whole fucked up mess is Lonnie. Time for a reckoning. If you stalk someone and try to help them while they're literal vulnerable prey, you are a fucking predator. If you turn on that person, you told me, oh, let me see. I just saw this message yesterday. What did Lonnie say? She said to me, even recently, she kept promising over and over, because she knew I didn't trust her. And I'll explain why that is, and the creepy shit she does. This was when I was trying to talk to her post-election, and I was like, can you guys please not do weird stuff? Like, you know I have been through so much. And she was like, I would never. And she says, oh my God, why can't I open this now? Are you kidding me? Okay. Allie, I have zero intentions or interest in posting about you or telling anyone anything, even though you've already made one about me. Bitch, me posting on my stories about Zedjanox shouldn't have made you and Hags go into a literal meltdown. Like, me just mentioning that I had creepy feelings towards some people, I never put up your names, I never put up your pictures, that made you guys lose your minds. Should I put it on my main feed and make it go so viral? How about that, Lonnie? If you can't handle somebody posting on their stories not about you, literally, you and Hags. Hags was like, oh, you're gonna say we're creepy? I was literally talking to Zedjanox, but yeah, all of you. And all I said was I had to, like, nuke my own following because people were making me feel so weird. And you guys took that so personally because you knew I was talking about you. Anyways, even though you already made one about me and took it to the internet despite me being open to conversation, I told you I would never do that, and I meant it. I don't speak for anyone other than myself. I can't control Hags or what she posts about, no more than I can control you posting about me, which I didn't post about you, but now we're gonna boots down the house. All I know is I'm not posting about anything or anyone, and I'm not engaging or encouraging anything or anyone. I stick to my word. And what, 8 months later, you're still talking. First of all, you're stalking my every move, making these creepy fucking accounts about me, trying to convince anybody who will listen to you that I'm a bad person. That's your word? That's your word? Time for a wake-up call that you're not a good person. This video is for educational purposes only. I'll see you soon, honey. Yeah, this video is for educational purposes only. So nice to meet you, though, honey.